former President Goodluck Jonathan has reacted to the ongoing political activities in the United States. History is about to take place again in US. The whole world is watching this scenario and of course the self-acclaimed perfect democracy practicing country, as the Republican lawmakers early objected to counting Pennsylvania's electors, delaying the certification of Joe Biden's election victory after the House and Senate rejected an earlier challenge to his win in Arizona. Yesterday, Trump supporters stormed U.S. Congress offices protesting against electoral malpractice in the November 3rd presidential election. Report added that an unidentified woman was shot during the invasion of the U.S. Congress on Wednesday as police stormed the area to evacuate the angry protesters. The woman later died. In view of that, U.S. President Donald Trump told the supporters to go home. He said, "I know your pain, I know your hurts. We had an election that was stolen from us," Trump said in a 1-minute video posted on social media. "But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order," he added. Following the events and of course the death of the woman, Jonathan said, "I have repeatedly said nobody's political ambition is worth the blood of any citizen in any part of the world. Absolutely nobody again. I reiterate that it is better to lose power at the cost of gaining peace than to gain power at the price of losing the peace. As a leader, one must not just look onto one's own interest, but the interest of the good of society. It is never too late to reject the venom and inject the serum of peace. It is necessary to state that the highest purpose of leadership is to bring people together, even those that do not share in your philosophy, and you do not need an office to do that. All you need to achieve that height of leadership is conscience. Let us be men of conscience at this hour," Goodluck Jonathan has said. Can you imagine? At the end of the day, I still not considered defeat now. It's not even only one person that died. 4 people died. We later heard that 4 people died. So with all this, I will not concede. There was nothing Pence would have done yesterday, and kudos to that man that he did not toe the line of Donald Trump, because it would have been a disaster. Because at the end of the day, who is going to defend it? Because every blame would have come upon the vice president if he had gone the way Trump was pressuring him to do the needful. But at the end of the day, his name is going to be ringing. If he had denied all of those things or to upturn the election that, oh, they don't agree, then you have to prove evidence. You have to create evidence, all the evidences that they have brought, because it's still going to fall back to all the evidences that Trump has been telling us. Oh, they discovered this, they discovered this. At the end of the day, when they get to court, they are always throwing them out because they are not credible. All of those that are making me appear. I don't understand. It's not a do or die affair. You can imagine, he never had the experience. He just wants to be, he just so engrossed with that power, engrossed with it. At most, you spend 8 years, you will still live. America has been. We have already had past presidents. They have done their bit and they have left. You can't be there forever. It's not hereditary that after your turn, you're not going to give it back to your children or you'll be there forever. And I don't know the desperation in all of this. At the end of the day, is it not shame? When you ought to have, honorably considered defeat. At the end of the day, see how many lives had gone for that. 4 lives unto what? At the end of the day, he will still say, oh, he considered defeat. 4 lives. Something that they would have, it would have been, it's avoidable. But see what happened. That is what goes with somebody who thinks that is the only person. When somebody has that pride, I'm the only one, nobody has sense. Now only you get sense. See where it has landed those innocent people. But do you blame them? Do themselves that are supporting people? He put his children inside one particular place. He allowed those people to go and believe. I will not concede defeat. Was that not what he was saying before all those ones they started what they were doing before they invaded the Congress House? I think that was what Goodluck Jonathan was telling him. Jonathan was telling him right from beginning. He said no, no, he must do. Now, 4 lives don't go now because of this now. So what do we have to say to that? It is only a God-fearing and a true Democrat that believes in gaining power without involving the blood of any person. However, authoritarians like the nepotic Buhari and the motto-mounted Trump negate the tenet of democracy because of their egocentric and conservative mindsets. Good luck, Jonathan. You are a man of God. You are blessed. You have shown an example to all the world leaders. They all supposed to learn from you. Even as our country, Nigeria, today suppose you will see the president to all that is to all what is going on today. You could have given up and resigned for peace. Thank you, my leader. Well, never, for the first time of my earthly sojourn, according to Adeniyi Adekomi, I see a black Nigeria, to be precise, educating a white American, to be precise. What leadership is all about. As a Nigerian, I'm proud of you, Goodluck Jonathan. You are a world leader. I dove my cap. Okay, now these are the reactions of people. President Goodluck Jonathan is truly an ambassador of peace. He's a God-fearing man. I'm an APC supporter, but Nigeria still need someone like Jonathan. You are right, but the blood you don't want to share still keep Nigerians in bloodshed and pains. Please let Trump fight for his people's rights in order to avoid the unknown plans of the wicked against the innocent citizens of America. Trump is not fighting for the people, but fighting for the position. Maybe you don't think. It is not easy to accept a fraud by fraudulent politicians' results after all the results were overturned by both the politicians and journalists. Let them wait for their evil seed to germinate. Okay, you can't change what it is. It is fraud. It's fraud. The sleepy Joe has been sleeping, and you that you have been awake for 247, you are so this and that, so restless. At the end of the day, where did all of this thing turn out to? I think this should serve as a lesson to people, deep thinkers. Just sit down and think. Just sit down and think. This is not the first time. How many years have they been conducting elections? So it is only Trump's the time that he wants to now change this, which is the way he talks, the way he's not even cultured. A lot of people are just following unduly. Let's see what will happen. The world will not fall. The world will not fall. The country has been before he came on board. So I don't see any reason why people think that without him, the country cannot move forward. People have been running the country before he came in. He has done his own part. He should go and sit down. Other people will still come. So I don't even know this desperation. The worst part of it is that yesterday the people that died yesterday wouldn't have died. They didn't have business to have died yesterday. Onto what? On top of what? On top of what? It's unfortunate. See what Goodluck Jonathan is telling him. He has said this before, but he said Goodluck Jonathan should go and to shut up. But now, is he not going out in disgrace?